Now, phase 2 is where things get weird. Because they're riding off the high of Avengers.
They are.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
The world changed after this. You know, this is...
they have the green light to just...
They have the green light to do whatever now. So now we're just throwing in random villains like Malekith and Aldrich Killian and fucking Alexander Pierce and like
Yellow
just
Jacket.
random people.
Yeah.
Like random people that are like, even people that aren't villains that they made into villains. Like,
right.
So
I do think, though, phase 2 started off with a bang. I really like Iron Man 3.
I think it gets way too much hate.
It gets way too much hate. I will say the one thing that people say about this movie, and it is a valid point, this is the least consequential MCU movie that we get probably the rest of the way through. Like, this movie has really no repercussions on the future of the MCU.
How do you mean?
I mean, the plot line of this movie doesn't deter the plot of any of these other movies. Like, in every movie in phase 2, pretty much, except for... No, even Dark World, I would say. Like, Iron Man 3 doesn't do anything for the MCU story. It's just kind of a self-contained...
I mean, because of the fact that at the end of the movie, Tony Stark gets his heart light removed.
Yeah, but that's a fairly minor addition to the overall story. You know what I mean? Like, it is... Like, yes.
I mean, I guess, but if you're talking about, like, the overarching story for Iron Man himself, which from there to Endgame...
Yeah.
Because I guess, like... Because the light was killing him.
Yeah.
The chest piece, whatever.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Like
arc reactor?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Jesus, I could not think of the name.
I got you, bro. Don't worry.
The arc reactor was killing him.
Yeah.
You know, and he was trying to find a way to live with it, and it was just causing more problems and whatever. So him getting rid of it is like him moving on past that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I do think that
this movie also does a great job directing by Shane Black. Peak. I also think this movie integrates the action into the story very well. Like, there's a scene at the end where he's like, like ready for a suit to get there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The house call protocol is a very good scene with all of his suits and all of his armor and everything. That was really good.
And then he's in
Aldrich Killian is mid as a villain. And the Mandarin.
Now, I'm not going against
I did
the
not like the fact that I had to wait like 10 years for a good, solid Mandarin to pop up in the MCU, and it wasn't even against Iron Man. Like, the Mandarin is like the Iron Man villain.
Yeah, he's...
You know?
He really is.
Like, he's Iron Man's Red Skull. Like, he's the Mandarin.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, and alcohol, but I guess we're not going to talk about that. Sorry.
Damn.
My fault, Tony. I'll put it in...
Alcohol and heart problems. Great comic book movie.
I'll put it in pretty good. I'll put it in the same tier as First Avenger. I think that's probably where it belongs.
Really?
Yeah. I think I'm not as nice as I was yesterday about it. I think maybe I had a night to sleep on it, and I maybe don't love it.
I mean, I do like all the stuff with Harley as well. The young boy.
Yeah, because the one thing that pisses me off the most about this movie, and I'm going to go through this quick. Tony Stark would never give his location to a terrorist and then not allow Pepper to leave the house when that terrorist is sending missiles at his mansion.
Actually, I kind of think the opposite.
He is not that stupid.
He's not that... No, you're right. He's not that stupid, but he is that much of an egomaniac. It's the fact of him being like, I am Iron Man, you're the biggest terrorist in the world, come at me. Like, that is 100%.
But we've gotten, at this point in the MCU, we've gotten 2 Iron Man movies and an Avenger movie for him to work through some of that. Like... I don't know. That part I never liked. And again, the villains suck. The Iron Man, this is the best, I think, Tony Stark stuff that we get for a while.
Yeah, the guy from Bedtime Stories gets super hot and then like kills people like that way. And then blows up at the end.
Type shit. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's nothing crazy.
Right.
Thor: The Dark World. You won't let me put this in ass, will you?
No. Sorry. That's not that bad.
And I can't convince you to put it in garbage. Lowest, I mean, absolute highest I would go is No Bueno. I really despise this movie. I don't think it's good. I think it's...
Despise is such a strong word.
I think it's boring. I think it's a bottom 5 MCU movie. I think it's boring. I think the villain...
I mean, I'm not sitting here saying... I know I'm in the minority of people that like this movie, but I didn't think like... Because when I was a kid, I don't think I actually like ever really watched this movie all the way through. Mm-hmm. Like, I just seen like bits and pieces, and everyone was just like, it's bad. So I was like, oh, okay, I guess it's just not a great movie. So I did rewatch it, and I was like, okay, this is not nearly as bad as everyone fucking said it was. Like, it's not so terrible that it like ruins the MCU. It's not that bad. Because like really Curse was done pretty cool. Malekith was pretty cool. Like the death of his mother was good.
Death of his mom was good. I like
the Loki stuff with him and Loki and like them
especially when Chris Evans cameos when he transformed.
Yes, that too. Yeah. Like with Loki, like mourning his mother after he like yelled at her.
Yeah,
and basically said like, "You're not my family." Whatever.
Yeah.
You're not my mom. Yeah.
Get out my mom.
Yeah. So that whole thing, but. And then like them fighting about who loved her more, and then Thor's like, "It doesn't matter, like we're brothers." Like you know, like I just that type of stuff I like, and the not so plot twist at the end where Loki dies and then he's like not dead because you're like, oh, okay, like yeah,
Loki's died like 38 times in the MCU.
Right?
It's kind of yeah,
but
no
bueno is the lowest. I'll let you put it in.
Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Hot take. I don't like the suit in this movie.
No.
But
it's better than Avengers.
Whoa.
The Avengers suit's bad. Nope. That's not even a hot take.
Pause.
That is not even a hot take.
The first event, you're talking about the first Avengers movie.
Avengers 1 is the worst Captain America suit.
No. This one is the worst Captain America suit.
Nope.
Okay.
Dude, it looks like he's wearing a fucking onesie in the Avengers, dog.
That's the point. It's supposed to look stupid.
Yeah, but he's got like military fucking padding and shit in these two movies, and then in Avengers he's wearing a fucking onesie from Walmart, dog. Like, nope.
Okay. That was insane. Anyways.
That's not insane. I feel like most people agree with that. That's not that big of a
I don't think I've ever met somebody who has shit on the Avengers Captain America suit.
It's the worst Captain America suit.
It's this one. This one looks stupid.
This is just the Secret Avengers / like Secret Wars suit. That's like, and it's not even that bad. It's just
this was, if you've ever wondered why the Russo brothers continue to just get Marvel movies.
Yeah, you also wonder why they're both making $20 million.
They're making $80 trillion per movie. Yeah, this is why right here. Yeah. No, this movie's great.
Actually, you can watch this in our last episode too. But literally, they're making what $20 billion each film they're coming back for.
40 million, but 20 for both. If you do, if they split evenly.
Yeah. No, I mean like 40 million per film or 20 million per film, but
40 million per film. But there's two of them, so it's probably 20 million per person per film.
So $80 million in total. This is why, though.
This is why.
The elevator scene, Arnim Zola.
Yes, dude.
Like an actually good version of Arnim Zola. Bucky
is so, dude. I remember being a kid. I don't know if you have this experience. I remember being a kid and seeing like a trailer for this movie, and one of the last scenes of the trailer is when he throws and he
catches it, and you're like, oh! Who is the dude that just caught Captain America? You can do that? What the fuck?
Yeah. The coolest thing ever. And the movie absolutely did.
And that's the thing that I think that the Russo brothers knew that was going to make a name for Bucky.
Yeah.
Was he's the dude that caught Captain America's shield, bro.
Like, watch this shit, bro. Feige, check this shit out.
You can do that, dude? Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
I will say, maybe this is another hot take. This is the best Black Widow movie.
Nope. I hate her in this movie.
You hate her?
No, I won't say hate her, but like...
You don't like her in this movie?
I don't think she's great in this movie. Because she's super fucking annoying. And she's constantly... Like, she's the comic relief of this movie. Black Widow is the comic relief of this movie.
The main character, Steve Rogers, Sharon Carter, and Nick Fury. I mean, not a lot of personality to go around there. No offense.
But you're making Black Widow the comic relief of all people?
I didn't mind that in this movie. I thought it was good.
Nah. And the mop top hair is crazy as well. Anyway.
Facts.
Anyway.
Although them kissing is still one of my favorite scenes because he's like... When he was like, I've had it. My last kiss was like 1945 or something.
She was like, was that your last kiss since 1947 or whatever?
Yeah, that was funny.
I'll give you that. But like, funny. There's just parts of it where like she makes a joke. Like, okay, like when she lets Batroc the Leaper get away. Also, dub fucking out of the blue reference there, and also casting a fucking real MMA fighter. To be the Leaper.
Yeah,
like, come on.
That was cool.
But when she lets him get away because she's doing something else, and she's like, that one might have been on me. While they're like sitting in a room that just got blown up. Or like when she's when they're clearing the ship and she's trying to get him a date, like, bro, stop. You're being fucking annoying as shit. Like, you're being annoying as fuck.
I don't know. I love her in this movie.
Anyway.
I don't know.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, come on now. It's just, we don't even need to
like peak. Come on.
James Gunn took nobody on planet Earth knew who the Guardians of the Galaxy were before this movie, and now everybody, like, when my mom is talking to me about Rocket Raccoon, that's how you know this movie is fucking banger. Mm-hmm. Like, this movie needed to hit.
Like, I remember I didn't even watch this movie because I was like, who the fuck are the Guardians? Like that looks so fucking stupid. But then, like, I finally actually watched the movie and I was like, oh my God.
Damn, that shit is...
Oh my God.
Chris Pratt. I mean, the casting, amazing.
Yeah.
I will say...
Bradley Cooper, Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana.
Yeah.
You know, maybe not Vin Diesel because he's fucking...
Yeah.
You know, 3-word wonder over here.
Yeah.
And Dave Bautista.
$100 million to say I am Groot. That's crazy. And we are family. Bro, what's with Vin Diesel and these 3-word like catchphrases, dude?
We are Groot. Yeah.
We are Groot. I am
like,
Groot.
Yeah.
We are family.
Yeah.
Maybe that's all the vocab words he knows. Anyways.
Facts. All he gets paid for in his contract.
Yeah, right.
But his peak. Like, come on. What else do you need? Really great villain. The Collector was a really fun part.
By the way, really important stuff with the Infinity Stones in this movie. The Power Stone. Yeah,
this one was a really big push with the whole Thanos narrative in this movie.
They were really ballsy to put all this major exposition into a Guardians of the Galaxy movie when the Guardians were nobody.
It would make the most sense, though. Like, that's why they did it.
But it's also like, there was no guarantee that this movie was going to hit. And they're putting a lot of their major plot line in this movie. It worked out beautifully, but it was very ballsy. Like, they didn't put a lot of that in as much in the Avengers or like an Iron Man movie. They didn't. And again, it makes sense.
I mean, yeah, because like...
But it's ballsy. Yeah. And I
because now we get this exposition, so we know who Thanos is. We know what he wants, what he's trying to get.
We see the Power Stone in action.
By the time we get to Infinity War...
Yeah.
And where he's actually starting to have a big play.
Yeah. We know
what's going on.
Exactly.
And it's not some weird thing with the Avengers where whatever, like...
Yeah,
and we knew about Thanos a little bit because Loki was working for him in the first one.
Yeah, but we kind of got like he's a big threat, but we don't really have.
I remember that end credit scene.
At least in the MCU,
I remember that end credit scene where he turns around and you just see his like weird chin.
Yeah.
I remember being like, "Who the fuck is that? Like, who the hell?"
That's
because I remember like as a kid, I remember like Ultron.
Yeah.
And Doom and like people like that. But whatever.
Yeah. Speaking of Ultron,
Avengers Age of Ultron.
This is my most disappointing Marvel movie.
This is the worst Avengers film.
Pretty comfortably the worst Avengers film.
It's the weakest. It's not bad. I don't think it's bad.
It's not bad, but it
doesn't.
It pales in comparison.
It pales in comparison to the rest. Yes.
I'll put it in mid. Like I seriously am that. Ultron was great. James Spader's voice is great, but there's not enough Ultron in this movie. There's not enough.
And the fact of that you're coming off of the comic of Age of Ultron, which was a huge event.
Yeah.
That was a big deal.
I made this point to him for years, but it's kind of funny because in the Age of Ultron comic, they send Wolverine back in time to kill Hank Pym, and that's how
from inventing Ultron. Yeah.
And then in Days of Future Past, the movie, that's what they basically did. So we basically got the two halves of Age of Ultron.
And Days of Future Past came out the same year.
In the same year.
And they took the Age of Ultron storyline from that movie and put it into...
Because in the X-Men comics, if I'm not mistaken, instead of Logan getting sent back to kill the Sentinel or to stop the Sentinels, it was Katie Pryde.
I don't even know that.
That's what I think. So I literally think both movies took the Age of Ultron story, kind of split it in half, took two halves.
I'm trying to read more Marvel currently, so I actually just finished Civil War last night. We'll get to that soon.
Yeah, we will get to that soon. Actually, we'll get to that in two movies.
Yeah, but this one is yeah. I mean,
there was a lot of
I
so
will
much
agree.
potential
Like
in this movie.
Ultron is great. He's amazing.
Yes,
great. Honestly,
I'm still waiting for him to come back.
Top 3 villains of the MCU. Honestly, comfortably.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Thanos, Killmonger, him.
Loki? You're not putting Loki ahead of Ultron?
In top 5. But then Loki turns into a hero, so...
Alright, I guess.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I guess. Yeah, no, it's mid.
But like...
They also tried to shove way too much shit in this movie. Like, in this movie, we got Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
I don't
and
like
Ultron
that Quicksilver
and Vision.
Guys, because...
And, like...
Quicksilver could have been such a great...
Yeah, and I know there was contractual issues with
whatever.
Fox, but...
Anyway. Ant-Man 1.
Ant-Man's pretty good.
I like Ant-Man.
Yeah, I don't have now it devolves very quickly after the first Ant-Man.
I'm gonna honestly go ahead and say this is a great comic book movie. I'm gonna put this our first great comic book movie comfortably, because I think that is the case. It is a solid, genuinely good comic book film.
In my opinion, I'll give you great. The villain's a little weak to be great comic book movie, but I smell what The Rock's cooking a little bit on this one.
Like, there's just
I get where you're coming from.
we're gonna go ahead and put in great, just because it's just a solid comic book film.
Yeah.
You know?
Who directed this one?
Peyton Reed.
Oh, Peyton Reed, that's right.
Peyton Reed did all three, I think. If I'm not mistaken.
What happened to him? Jeez Louise. Anyways, yeah, this movie's good. It's a really good introduction. Paul Rudd is fantastic in this movie.
Oh yeah, he's great.
Love the Hank Pym stuff.
Like when he's in the Baskin Robbins and he's like, guy's like, I'll just do like, he keeps saying shit that's like not from Baskin Robbins, and he's like, hey, Darcy, can you take care of this idiot? Thanks. Like walks away.
Dude, no, my favorite part is later in that scene when he's getting fired and his boss is like, man, you really stuck it to those rich guys.
Yeah,
like, oh, we're good? Oh, no, dude, you're absolutely fired.
Yeah, no, you're like 100% you're fired. Like,
and he's like, feel free to take a
feel free to take one of those mango flasks, and I'll pretend I never see you. Yeah. Absolutely hilarious. Yeah.
No, but this is a good movie. Again, love the Hank Pym stuff. Love the flashbacks of him like on the airplane.
Yeah, dude.
Villain, Yellow Jackets.
Yellow Jacket's not great, but
you mean MODOK? We mean MODOK?
Don't, dude.
Sorry.
Literally don't.
Sorry. Anyways.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
So
I'd say pretty good. You say great.
I'm gonna say great.
I'll reason what you.
I've put all of yours, I think, in the same.
Every great marriage has compromise.
Exactly.
And that's what we're doing right here.
Exactly.
Overall thoughts on Phase 2.
Thoughts on Phase 2? Solid.
Yeah. Solid.
The lows are low, but the highs are really high.
Yeah. Guardians. Yeah. There's a big disparity here, but you get Winter Soldier, you get Guardian.
I mean,
7 out of 10.
Solid because even Ant-Man's like just a great boost out there. That's a high for me, at least. So
yeah, that's fair.